Howdy doody fellas, it is your host Super Poopy, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I know we say that all the time, but holy shit, we're doing something different. Not too exciting, but very cool. We're going to be doing research on early Iraq invasion, specifically Marines. Some of these pictures will have Army troops in them, but we're going to be looking at gear and both interesting pictures that I just thought you guys might want to see them. So, this is a bit of a lazy video, and, I was doing research on the Iraq War and uniforms and stuff because, as you know, I am collecting a lot of shit from the Iraq War because keep in mind that a lot of that stuff had short service life, alright? Meaning it's going to get rare really quick and it's going to get very expensive and hard to find. So I've been very invested in collecting Iraq War originals. Anyways, let's get right into it. Anyways, the pictures are a little bit scrambled, but let's take a look into the first one. Clickety. Now, over here we got a U.S. Marine with an interceptor vest and a freaking PKM machine gun, or is it PKP or RP? No, RPK is the long AK, but you get my point. As you can see, the fucking enemy, a lot of the Al-Qaeda and ISIS, they shoot their guns to shit and don't take care of them. As you can see, the stock on this PKM, or is it PKP? I can't tell the fucking difference. Please correct me in the comment section. But you can see how fucked that butt stock is. And there's no stock on that. So can you imagine what a pain it is to shoot that? Don't get me wrong. It's better than nothing. But, still a good quality machine gun. Russian machine guns are pretty tough. But, they would be a lot more reliable if you fucking took care of that shit. Anyways, next picture. Over here. U.S. Marines and what I assume is Iraq. As you can see, he has a freaking doll of Lee Ermey. I forgot Lee Ermey, the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket. I forgot his full name, unfortunately. God rest his soul. He's also dead, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I find it very interesting that you could just take random items into a combat zone. Like this dude, he just took a freaking doll. As you can see, the Marines are wearing digicamo, and of course they have the interceptor vest with the M16s. You don't see M16s much anymore. They got rid of them recently. I don't know why. They're such great guns, but you will see a lot of Iraqi troops that have been trained by U.S. troops with these M16s, so that's pretty cool. They get top-notch gear. It's better than the shitty AKs that they capture from dead terrorists, and then they just give them to the police because, again, they don't take care of their fucking guns. Anyways, next picture. Over here, we got a good example of diverse gear. We have U.S. Marines, some in digicamo, and some in the DCU camouflage, which is the older camouflage for the desert. You will see a lot of Marines in both the digital camouflage and DCU. However, this could be a Navy corpsman because I recently just found out that Navy corpsmen actually use the same uniforms as Marines. So, there's going to be a lot of that confusion, but obviously, yeah, there is a lot of Marines that use DCU. Also, there's blood stain on the floor. I don't know what that's about. I know the context of a few of these pictures, but not all of them, so please do bear with me. And if you do know the context, sorry about that, I freaking gagged, but feel free to, leave some context in the comment section. Next picture. Over here, we have a U.S. Marine, DCU. He looks like he's been through this shit. If you look at his face, I mean, look, he's gonna... I don't even want to fuck with that guy. But as you can see, I find it very interesting that his bullet belt for his saw, his bullet belt pouches, are on the side. So when he's on a prone position on the floor, he has easy access to the ammo. As if he were wearing Alice gear, the pouches are down under, and you have to turn your entire body just to access your magazines. So it's the little things that really count. So those magazines are just on the side, and as you can see, he has easy access to his canteen. Not sure if that's a good thing, but after all, this guy is probably, he's in a combat zone, as you can see, and he has experience with this, so I'm sure he leaves his canteen there for a reason. He probably drinks a shit ton of water. He's an infantryman, and he needs to drink a shit ton of water. So yeah, a very cool picture. You can see some guys in the back in those camouflage, woodland camouflage chemical suits, because unfortunately they were not issued the desert ones till like later in the war, so this was a quick response force. Anyways, next picture. Now this picture is very interesting. You may be thinking, oh, it's just fucking Marines just laying around taking a break. But if you look at the guy to the left, you could see that he has like one of those typical vintage SWAT team vests where they have magazines and pockets all installed there. I find that very interesting. It's in khaki, and I'm going to tell you, during the Iraq War, and like especially in the Battle of Fallujah, you'll see a lot of diversity in how people would set up their gear, what gear they would use. It even looked like they brought gear from home that wasn't even issued out to them. So it was very interesting. There's a lot of things going on. For instance, the Marine in the front, he's just using the Molly that's that so you could strap in your magazine pouches, your grenade pouches that's already on the vest, and others will use the LBV vest, which goes over the plate carrier, and this guy's just wearing a vest over that, and some are just, there's a lot going on. So this is a very cool picture that really depicts that. Anyways, next picture. Over here, this guy, I believe, is U.S. Army. I've never seen Marines with patches on their helmet covers. But as you can see, he has an old-style vest for his grenade launcher. All those have shells in them, so he can fire his grenade launcher as much as he wants. However, I don't know where the hell his magazine is. Obviously, he has DCU. It looks like I don't know if that's a chemical suit or some sort of winter suit. It's probably a chemical suit because that's how it be in Iraq, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these troops have to deal with swamp ass. My recruiter talked about this. I believe he had to deal with it for a while. I'm not sure if he's a combat veteran, but he was, in fact, deployed to Iraq. And I believe he had to deal with this whole chemical shit and all the swamp ass. And, Iraq is a very hot place. So, holy shit, it must have been a painful experience. Anyways, next picture. Over here. I like this picture because you got not only a diversity in fucking, we're going to be saying diversity a lot. I know a lot of you fucking kids like that fucking shit, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about diversity in uniforms and gear, not the fucking race thing. And we all need to mix each other. We need to have more fucking people of color in movies and whatever. I'm going off topic. But anyways, as you can see, you see a bunch of U.S. Marines in flak vests, not even plate carriers, flak vests, and they're wearing digi camo, and this is in Iraq, so I believe these are transportation guys. They drive trucks and shit, so they're not going to be balls deep in the shit, so they don't really need these vests. But even if I were one of them, I would much prefer a plate carrier because you don't know when you're going to be attacked from the side. As you can see, the guy all the way on the right has a pistol holster for that typically goes for the Alice gear, you know what I'm saying? And I assume he has a Beretta, if not maybe a 1911. I think the Marines were still using 1911s in Iraq, but more commonly the M9 Beretta. But yeah, this is a very cool picture because not only do you see digicamo and DCU, but you also see the Kevlar vest. Anyways, next picture. Over here, another great example of diversity in uniforms. You got a guy in digital camouflage here in the middle, and you got guys in DCU. The guy on the top left is also wearing digital camouflage, and you got interceptor vests with people using the Molly to strap in their mag pouches, which is very cool. They all got M16A2s. These are top-notch troops and shit, and this is barely when slug rails were starting to become a thing, so they're still using fixed sights. Freaking awesome. Anyways, next picture. Over here. Ooh, I really love this picture because as you can see, you got a freaking I'm not sure if he's a Marine or U.S. Army, but still, this is a great example. And I would assume that this is some sort of a training because that desert does look like it's some high desert shit. As you know, 29 Palms is in California, and that's kind of near me. So, I kind of somewhat have experience with the environment out here, and that really looks like a desert here in California, you know what I'm saying? But still, I like this picture because not only does the guy have DCU and interceptor vest, but he's also got Alice mag pouches. Not even the new shit. And this was actually very common in Iraq. They wouldn't use the Alice gear, but they would use a lot of the Alice pouches and attach it to the Molly because, as you know, if it fits with the Alice clips, it'll work, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of troops needed more ammo, when you're in a combat situation, obviously you want to get as much ammo as you can, but not to the point where you're going to kill yourself. So yeah, this is a very cool picture of a guy in a chemical suit, or partial chemical suit because his hands are sticking out, and he's got 2 Alice pouches, and these Alice pouches carry 3 magazines, alright? So, they're good quality, they're good shit. Anyways, next picture. Over here. This is the look I'm going for in my interceptor vest. Obviously, I don't want to touch digital camouflage if I do end up reenacting the Iraq war. As you know, that is kind of soon. And also, I'm not into the stolen valor shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to touch anything modern. So I'm going to go for the DCU if I do end up reenacting. But yeah, as you can see, he's got the crotch plate and he's got the magazine pouches attached to his interceptor vest, which is awesome. Because at the end of the day, Would you rather, like, if you start hearing shots being popped at you from a distance, would you rather have your vest and then your LBV to put on? You know, it's a long process. Or would you rather just put on your freaking your plate carrier, and your magazines are already attached to the plate carrier, so you're good to go. It's just one swoop, you put that shit on, and you're good to go. And look, you got a crotch pad, dick and balls are protected, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I find that very important, by Kevlar, so, you know, it's good, reliable shit. Anyways, but yeah, that's the look I'm going for. Also, I need the neck protector, because I got the bare vest, which you will see being used in the front lines. But anyways, next picture. Now, over here, we got more Marines, but what do you see about the guy in the middle? He has a regular shirt. Look at that shirt. That's not even a combat shirt. That's not a... It's just... It's a long sleeve shirt. It looks like a workout shirt, like some Under Armour shit. So I found that really interesting. And as you can see, they're all kneeling behind some armored vehicles. So I don't know if they're in a dangerous spot, but I would assume they're in the shit. But yet this guy has a regular shirt. So I find that very cool and very interesting. This is what you would consider an authentic FARB. However, there's not many people reenacting Iraq War. However, it is a good idea to start collecting items from the Iraq War, because as I said, there's a lot of things there that had a short service. Anyways, next picture. Over here, this picture I just found funny. It's just a U.S. Marine just fucking chilling it. I believe this was in 2003. I believe this guy's a sergeant. I'm not sure. It might be above. But yeah, U.S. Marine just taking the day off, fucking sweating it off. As you can see, from long time of wearing his boots, you can see his fucking skin is white on his feet, and everything else is burnt. I tell you, man, Iraq looks like a very hot place. I've seen a video of these Marines patrolling a street in Iraq, and as they're moving, their boots are melting into the floor. So it's a very hot fucking place. I don't know how this guy's feet are boiling on that concrete. I would prefer to wear sandals if I were him, but yeah, other than that, he's just vibing, he's chilling. Much respect to whoever this guy is. Anyways, next picture. Over here, another good picture. We got dudes with interceptor vests, and if you look at the guy on the left, he has a bandoiler attached to the back of his vest. My friend recently got one of these in ACU. This guy's got it in Woodland, but apparently I think you could attach these to your interceptor vest, which is freaking great, because these bandoilers carry up to 6 magazines, just one of those. Alright, so if you get attacked in an emergency, you could put a shoulder strap on these bandoilers and just throw it over your shoulder and get your rifle. You're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty good stuff. I want one of these Woodland bandoilers, or possibly DCU, and that's very cool, because a lot of the magazine pouches, like the magazine pouches I got, were for a single magazine, and it's even marked M16A2. So that's pretty interesting, but you know, obviously you want 2 magazines in each pouch because you want as much ammo as you can take, alright? You don't know if you're going to be surrounded or if you're going to have an emergency. You need to have as much ammo as possible without being too uncomfortable. Obviously, I'm not a combat veteran, but I would assume that you need a shit ton of ammo. You know, I have talked to vets, so I somewhat have an idea. But anyways, next picture. Over here, another good example of diversity in gear. We got guys in DCU, digital camouflage. Obviously, they're U.S. Marines. And you see the guy in the back behind the guy in the front with grenade launcher pouches on his right leg. That's very interesting. I've never seen that before. You know, these people, these Marines, they get this gear and they make the best out of it. And they just make it all fit. As you can see, he's got a bunch of mag pouches in his lower abdomen, all types of pouches and stuff. These guys are ready. You know, these guys have been in combat. They know what's most comfortable for them because they've been in the shit, you know what I'm saying? So obviously they're going to adjust their shit right. So, you know, you want to keep an eye on these guys because they actually have combat experience. And if you're whether you're a prepper or trying to get into the military, you know, you could learn a lot from these guys. So strongly recommend it, whether it's just doing research online or talking to actual veterans, you know. And veterans, for the most part, I mean, 90% of my experience with veterans has been great. I have been attacked by a veteran with PTSD. He was in Afghanistan, and he didn't like one of my reenactment kits, and he made like 3 accounts cussing me out. It was fucking crazy. Other than that, never had a bad experience with a veteran. But yeah, anyways, let's not go off topic. Next picture. Over here, we have another example, well, just the first example of Marines not following regulations on sleeve. So I heard from a friend of mine that's in the Marine Corps currently that you cannot roll up your sleeves while on while on duty. You know what I'm saying? That's more of a casual thing. So a lot of Marines wouldn't give a fuck. You'll see this a lot in Mogadishu or in Somalia, of Marines just rolling up their sleeves anyways, and a lot of them have their sleeves rolled up half-ass. As you can see, this guy is probably wearing the Woodland chemical suit, because throughout Iraq, all the Marines have to wear chemical suits, have to deal with all that swamp-ass, the heat. Horrible experience, so, you know, in case you're wondering why a lot of veterans seem to have a stick up their ass, it's probably because of reasons like this. They had to fight in 100-degree weather in fucking these thick-ass, nasty chemical suits. And I have a British one, and I've worn it on a hot day, and oof, it's not pretty. The thing is, I had the option to take it off. They didn't. It was orders, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's enough sucking veteran dick. As you can see, they have interceptor vests that are khaki. I want one of those too, because Marines use those a lot. I've never seen a Marine use an interceptor vest in DCU. I've only seen Army, so yeah, that's very interesting. As you can see, the guy in the back, not on the floor, has an M16A2 with an ACOG, just when, you know, slug rails were becoming a thing, and the guy in the front seems to have an M16A2 with fixed sights. So that's very cool. A lot of diversity in gear. Very cool, very cool. Next picture. And over here, I absolutely love this picture, because if you notice, everyone's got different gear. Everyone's just an individual here. But yeah, you got guys in DCU, you got interceptor vests, you got Ranger plate carriers that were used during the whole Black Hawk Down situation in Somalia. I believe they did see quite a bit of service in Iraq. As you can see, this picture is proof. And you got guys in Kevlar flak vests, not even plate carriers, interceptor vests, LBV vests, all the shit, you name it. M16s, M4s, you got M4s with slug rails. It's very cool picture of just all types of gear in one picture. And if you look at the guy in the middle to the right, next to the guy with the Beretta, he has black boots. I don't know what's up with those boots. I don't know if he got a permit for those or whatnot, but I've never seen boots like those being used by soldiers. And if you look at the guy on the right, he has a World War II style holster. And keep in mind, these black leather holsters have been used since like freaking World War II, originally meant for tank crew members and officers. And this guy's in Iraq using that shit. And I thought these weren't used in Iraq anymore. As you can see, he's armed with an M9 Beretta, so that's pretty cool. And, oh shit, my bad. He must be important, because obviously either machine gunners or officers seem to be the only ones that get pistols. And obviously you need a sidearm in case your arm gets fucked up. In fact, I talked to my recruiter about this, because I had a friend who's buying his first pistol, and we talked about pistols in the service, so, you know, that was pretty interesting. But anyways, yeah, that's about all the pictures. I ended it in one of the coolest pictures where literally everyone's got everything. Very cool picture. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's my research. I obviously have more pictures, but, you know, I don't want to take up your whole day. We already took a long enough time. But anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Mucho love. Take care. And let me know if you like this style type of video. We'll probably do more videos like these of like World War II Jaeger, Gebirgsjäger, fucking all wars, to be honest. But yeah, as you know, I got an Iraq kit in development, Iraq war kit in development. So that's why I make this video specifically, and I just thought I'd bring you guys to do research with me. But anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Mucho love. Take care. And Jaeger will probably be next. Anyways, bye-bye.